What's up, guys? This is Josh Pabst from Pabst Photo. Today we are going to take a look at basically different ways to get a black and white image. I'm going for this purpose pretend we're shooting in RAW, but it really doesn't make any difference for what I'm about to show you. I'm going to keep it real short, real simple, so let's just get straight into it. I'm going to start in Lightroom here. I'm looking at this image. This is the image I chose because I know that some of my presets work. That's about it. So let's just jump right into it. What's the first way to get a black and white photo? The most obvious, if you're in Lightroom and you're in the Develop module, is to just pull down the saturation. Already we've got a black and white image. I apologize if it doesn't look perfect on your screen. You know, some of the things we could do to get rid of some of that funky background is just bring these blacks down. It looks like we've got some of the whites blown out. So we can pull those back, bring in more or less detail in the hair and sweatshirt, which brings in some of that background. But basically you can just start by bringing the saturation all the way down to -100. That's the first and most obvious way. I'm going to hit reset right here, and now we're back to the original image. Once you do tweak these, you can actually save presets over here on the left by clicking this plus sign right here and in Lightroom and saving your own presets. So as you scroll through these, you'll see it change all these various looks that you can achieve. So one of the ones I like, I've called this silver black and white, which gives it a little bit of blue, and you can see the blue in your histogram kind of popping out behind there. But you know, this, well, that was a little excessive. I don't need to be quite that close. Sorry, Mike. But this is an image that I think looks really nice. The coloring is very friendly to skin tone. But now let's jump over into Photoshop, because maybe that's why a lot of you are here. You're not Lightroom users. So I'm going to reset this again, and we are going to edit in Photoshop. All right, now we've got the image open in Photoshop. Just like Lightroom, there's tons of ways, and I'm not even going to list them all, to make an image black and white. Hue and saturation would be much like what we were doing in Lightroom. So if you these adjustment layers, if you click a hue and saturation, it'll make this adjustment layer. So anything that's beneath this, and you can think of these as a stack of layers, so anything beneath this adjustment layer will be affected. Right now we only have one layer, and it's the background. But again, if we pull this saturation down, we're left with a black and white image. So that's one of the most kind of apparent and quick and easy ways to make your image black and white immediately. So there you have it. Another way, so I'm gonna delete this layer mask. Another way to make your image black and white is to go into grayscale. I don't recommend this because now you've lost the color ability. You're not using a layer mask. It's hard to go back. So I'm just going to back up with a Control Z. So we've undone that. Another interesting thing you can do in Photoshop, and to get some of these interesting looks, is to go to your mode, image mode. And first I'm going to have to switch over to 8 bits per channel. I don't need all that data coming in from Lightroom in my raw image. So I'm going to start there. And then I can come to mode, and I can do grayscale, but I'm not going to stop there. Normally I wouldn't recommend you going into grayscale, but we're going to go ahead and do it because we're going to discard this color information. But now we've unlocked duotones. Now duotones are going to give you a lot of interesting black and white presets. These are not unlike the presets that we were making and using over in Lightroom. So you can see there's just tons of really awesome scientific, you know, the guys over at Adobe or whoever made all these, you know, they're really neat. So you can go through, you know, these orange and blacks and all these different looks, you know, green and mauve. So these scientific S-curves of color. And so a lot of, you know, check these out. These can give you some interesting effects. And I think that, you know, you might find some of these to be pretty awesome. This CMYK Cool is one of my favorites. It gives a really nice soft look. So that's our 5 minutes is pretty much up. I'm going to call that a wrap. those are the kind of the easiest ways to get your images into black and white and variations thereof. Thanks everybody for hanging out. We are Pabst Photo. I am Josh Pabst. If you are not on our website right now, you're off somewhere on YouTube or Vimeo, be sure to check the links below. Head over to our website. We're going to have a lot more details on each of these blog video posts, or whatever you want to call them. More tips, more tricks, more ways to do that tutorial. If you didn't catch something or you have questions, head over to our website. Leave us a comment. Thanks a lot.